Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of the Crypto Breakdown. I am your host, Ryan Mehta. Topic of the day, 10 leverage trading commandments that every trader should live by. Let's dive in. Let's get it. And of course, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor and I never advise you to invest in crypto in any way, shape, or form. Let's effing go. I was going to try to have like the Biggie Smalls rap song playing, but I know the video would get throttled, so, and I can't rap, so. There's rules to the game, so I wrote you a manual, a step-by-step booklet. Let's effing go. Rule number 1, if you can't chart it, you can't trade it. So when you're pulling up the charts, and if you don't understand RSI, divergence, bullish divergence, bearish divergence, uptrends, downtrends, bottoms, tops, if you don't understand the absolute basics of charting a coin, you really honestly have no business leverage trading, and a majority of the time, you will get wrecked, liquidated. You really want to understand how the game is played before you start playing the game. Best tip, and I think the tip that most people try to skip over, is play with paper before you play with cash. This is tip number 2. So important, because if you cannot turn paper money into more paper money, you're never going to be able to turn cash into more cash. So it's super simple. I recommend that you start with paper, understand how to trade, understand how liquidation works, understand how you can add leverage to scale into a short, understand how you can add leverage to scale into a long, understand that how you can add leverage to increase your liquidation price on a short. You can also add 2x when your initial short was 5x. That way it can increase or decrease your liquidation price. Everything about understanding how the game is played. Again, playing with paper before you play with cash is so smart. After you do that, then start with $100. If you can't turn 100 into 200, you're never going to be able to turn 1,000 into 2 or 1,000 into 10,000. Rule number 3, trading with emotions equals getting wrecked. I've been there, I've done that, I've got wrecked time and time again. It's so important. What you think, what I think, what anybody thinks doesn't matter. All that matters when it comes to trading is the charts. And I strongly suggest trading off the 1 hour and the 5 minute when it comes to leverage trading. If you're really good at scalping and you're on an exchange where when you hit execute and you market buy in, you are in at that exact price, make sure you understand that on KuCoin and on most leverage trading platforms, they have a market and a limit price. If you look on KuCoin, you'll see that brown price. This is why if sometimes you've entered a trade and then as soon as you enter it, all of a sudden you're losing. It's because when you hit market in, you were looking at the limit price and the market price was lower or higher. That way, when you started that trade, you were already behind. And that's why you don't ever see me trading on the 1 minute time frame on KuCoin, because that website is so shady. Now I've moved everything over to Bybit. So number 4, trade for the percentage, not the profit. For me being a beginner, I wanted to test the waters with a 100. I wanted to test the waters with $100, and I ended up losing 17 out of 24 trades, because when I was actually trading and the trade would get up 10%, all I would see was I was up $10. I was like, wow, I started with 100, now I'm only up to 110, big deal. Instead of realizing that I was up 10%, that was a good trade to get in, get out, and take my profits and be happy that I was up 10%. When I started trading with 1,000 and then 10,000, especially the $10,000 price point, when I was trading with a $10,000 bankroll and I would enter a trade with 10,000 and that trade would get up 10%, I was up 1,000. Even when that trade got up 5%, I was up 500. So it was like, dang, I just made $500 in 30 minutes. Get in, get out, take my profits. Had that been a $100 trade and I was up $5, I would have been like, oh, I'm up $5, big deal. And I would let it ride. It's super important to understand trading for the percentage. You got to get your dumb money brain to stop thinking about profits and start thinking about percentages. It's all about consistently making profits. And then when I realized that, and if you guys saw, I'll show you right here. So you guys don't think I'm crazy. Like, look at this. Today is what? June 12th. And you can see here, 519, 68, 68, right? Look at how many days were between my 521 trade and my 612 trade, my 68 trade, right? You don't see me running in. You don't see me constantly closing out trades every single day. Like here was 2 days between when I closed out those trades. And then right here again, you see 521 and then all the way to 68. So I held these shorts. This one that I made $870 on. I had that short open probably, I probably started shorting it at like 2 or 3 days after I closed out this one. After price shot all the way back to the upside, I waited for those levels to be hit. And then I started scaling into that short again. And I held that short for what looks like, I don't know, 15 days or so. And then here we go again. I'll show you guys, we'll go down a little farther. Down here, it was the 14th, so 6 days here, 5 days here between when I closed out this short and when I closed out this short. And you can see I'm short in Shiba. So here on the 10th, and the 12th, and then the 14th, and then the 19th. And then now you see me go from the 19th all the way to on the 8th. Like, that's how long I was in that last short for. So it's all about understanding that I've lost one trade in pretty much the last 30 days, in the last 32 days, because I started to trade for the profit and for the percentage. I really changed my strategy. I'm not taking trades every day. I'm not constantly worried about being in the market. I'm worried about when I get into the market that the trade I get into has the highest probability of being a winning trade. Can you calculate risk versus reward? And this just goes, every one of these is just as important as the first. It doesn't matter what order you go in, but understanding that you need to understand how to chart a coin, because once you understand how to chart a coin, you know exactly where price could go, where price can't go. And every trade needs three things. You need an entry point, an exit point, and a point of invalidation. And if you can't calculate risk versus reward, you do not understand where you should be taking profits at or where price might be headed. Same thing with your risk. You don't know where your stop loss should be if you don't understand how to chart a coin. So it's all super important. If you can't calculate risk versus reward, you should pretty much stop leverage trading and start studying, because the more knowledge you gain when it comes to trading crypto or trading Forex, it's a no-brainer. You have to understand every aspect of it, or you're just doing yourself a disservice. I was not winning almost every trade for a 30-day period until this last month, really. And it took a long time. It took me about 120 days of really fully studying and learning and being online with you guys every day to fully understand how the game is played. You never go long into resistance. For example, people right here that were potentially taking out longs on Bitcoin when Bitcoin was pushing up right here. This downtrend was major resistance. If I turn on all of my ribbons, you can see right here, especially right now, right? If you were to go long at Bitcoin at 35,000, you would be going long into major resistance. It almost just doesn't even make sense why you would even think about going long. And as far as going short, now what do we have here? Rule number 7, never go short into support. This is a perfect example. I can't tell you how many students or how many people that were not shorting Bitcoin up here even called out all the shorts. And I explained to you guys got to be bullish when they're bearish, and you got to be bearish when everybody else is bullish. So when everybody else was bullish over here, and I heard that the Moon Boys were calling a short squeeze on Bitcoin, I immediately jumped online. I was so upset with them trying to shill and pump these coins to better themselves at the cost of their subscribers. I was so mad. I got online. I was like, look at guys, I don't even know where price is at. I haven't looked anything. I'm so confident that Bitcoin is not going to have a short squeeze and that price is not going to push past this level of resistance that I just went over and took out a 3x short on Bitcoin. I didn't even know where price was. I instantly did it as soon as I heard it. And I was like, there you guys go. But now, how many people didn't take that short up here that are going to be trying to short the game right here? And now what do you see? We see Bitcoin almost to a level where price is going to get rejected, or it's going to have to go through support. So if you pull up your risk versus reward calculator over here and we put it in here, right now, I need to have a stop loss of at least 3%. 3% before price would even, honestly, I think that price reversed right here, it could come all the way up to this trend. So you would have to have a 6 or 7% stop loss on that trade right now. And your take profit, your take profit would have to be here at this level of resistance, would have to be at this level of support, because statistically, more than likely, we've seen Bitcoin recover at this level so many times. Yes, it might break through it, but if it doesn't, you're going long into support. So that's a really bad trade to take. Now, look it up here. Now, when this was your support up here, when price was right here at this peak and we started shorting it this morning, look at where my stop loss could be. I was really confident that price would not go below that level. So when we entered right here, we could have had a 0.4% stop loss. Just coming down to this level of support, I have a 22-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And you've seen just before, it was a 0.4. Right now, to have that same trade, because I still have to hold that level of resistance with my stop loss. That's where price would have to be able to go back up to before I think price would get rejected. That's a 7.8% stop loss to take a profit of 3.24%. Your risk to reward ratio is 0.43. Horrible trade to take here. And it's so funny. It's the same people that'll come in the stream and be like, yo, bro, what are we shorting? What are we shorting? When Bitcoin's crashing, like acting like, shorts are the greatest thing and it's such a smart thing to short the game. And then as soon as price starts pushing up in the littlest bit, it's like they are screaming Bitcoin to the moon. You're going to get wrecked, bro. Like, it's so funny watching these people just talk so much smack. And then it's like they bounce. Like, I bet you they're on my channel and then 2 seconds later they're over on Moon Boy's channel and just yeah, Bitcoin to the moon, hopium, even though that everybody's getting wrecked. It's like, you guys gotta take a stance. You guys have to decide whether you're gonna be a hodler and watch your investments depreciate by 95% in value, or you're gonna be a trader and you're gonna trade the market without emotions. There's no other way around it. You can't be, jumping in and out of these trades, constantly going between short and long and short and long. And if you don't understand how the game is played, you can scalp that way. But I find in this downtrending market, you just play the trend. In the uptrend, I'm only going long. In the downtrend, I'm only shorting, because when you're in an uptrend and you make a bad trade, if you wait, price will push up to the upside. When you're in a downtrend and you short something, a majority of the time, if you just can wait it out and weather the storm, price will eventually return down to that low, just like it always returned to the high in the bull run. Rule number 8, cell phones are for Tinder, not for trading. Swipe up, don't scalp it, right? Let's go, guys. Cell phones, they're awesome. And yes, sometimes I do actually like to initiate a trade and place a trade from my cell phone, even when I'm sitting right here at a computer, because the way that the user interface is on a cell phone is it's super user friendly to enter a trade. So it makes it really easy. So yes, you can take trades and place trades using your cell phone. As far as your cell phone being your main resource for charting, making price predictions, understanding what point of the game you're actually at, taking a look at trends on larger time frames. For example, let me show you guys what my Shiba. So when I'm talking about shorting and charting out a coin, this is what, in theory, my charts look like for the most part. Now, a lot of times you won't see any indicators because I very rarely use indicators except for RSI. But as far as charting a coin out goes, I want to know history. I want to know, how did that coin perform? Exactly what date was that coin launched on a new exchange? How did that coin perform? So that way, when I'm in this downtrending market and rumors come out about KuCoin or this coin burning or doing anything of the sort, I have a really good, accurate idea of how far price can pump. So if I'm shorting, I want to make sure that if when they got onto KuCoin over here, that was the biggest pump, right? And it was up 126%. Or was it the biggest pump when it got on Crow over here and it was up 500%? Or was it the biggest pump when it got on Binance over here and it did 44%? That being said, if I'm shorting, I want to make sure that I'm able to weather that storm. I want to make sure that my areas of resistance are higher. And that way, if a pump comes in and say Shiba swap rolled out, or say it got onto Coinbase, I want to make sure that, hey, look at, and where was I telling everybody for safe entry points on Shiba? Way up here. Because a lot of times you can see how they'll spike price up. So it's been a while since they've actually been able to pump Shiba. And I don't know if that's just people getting smarter and it's harder for them to pump because Shiba is the most risky coin to be going into or hodling or investing in right now because of the massive circulating supply, that I'm not really even sure where I'm going with this. But what I'm saying is I understand every bit about the game, and this right here you just can't do on a cell phone, and it makes it so hard to chart and time consuming. And I'm a time kind of person, right? This is why I built a meta method spreadsheet to teach you guys how to DCA into these coins, because you can come over here, you put in the coins high, this was Ripple for example, you put in your bankroll and it come down here and it automatically shows you all of your DCA targets. So you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to chart anything. When it comes to DCAing in and hodling and other strategies, yes, you can do that on a cell phone. But as far as leverage trading goes, you guys want to make sure that you got all the tools at your disposal, and it's all about time. If I have to spend 30 minutes on my cell phone charting out a coin, that's 30 minutes. If I make $50 an hour, for example, and I spend 30 minutes, now I just lost 30 minutes of my time investing into that coin. I don't know about you guys, but I love time. I love sleep. And I'm so limited on it that when I waste time on a cell phone and then I lose trades because I took them trade on a cell phone, that's like it's a double whammy. So number 9, the trend is your best friend. And you guys have watched the channel time and time again. I don't really need to break this down anymore. When you have that major trend, for example, on Shiba, or if we jump over here to Bitcoin, any one of these coins, you guys can see it's so obvious that when you're in these major downtrends, where has price been able to come up to? Just on this downtrend right here, take a look at it. How many, it doesn't get more obvious than this, that the trend is your best friend. Comes up, hits it right here, triple taps it. So came up here, triple tapped, 1, 2, 3. Price tried to push up again, 1, 2. Price tries again to push up, 1, 2. Look at how accurate that is. And I laid that trend line before any of these were even made. It was just based off of these 3 right here. And honestly, I could have started it when we did these 2 right here. Those 2 right there. And price has not been able to make that downtrend. And what you're seeing right here with Bitcoin is this major trend is it's testing these levels of resistance and support. So resistance being this downtrend, support being this line right here and this line right here. And if you've seen, it came up here, tested it once, twice, 3, 4th time broke through. Push back up here, came down, tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But at the third one, 1, 2, 3, broke through, came down, pushed back up, 1, 2 broke through, came back, pushed up. If you notice this first time over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 broke through. Over here, it only took 3. Then over here, it only took 2. Now over here, it bounced up 1, 2, 3, 4 broke through. And now we have again here, we're testing this line. If it doesn't hold here and it breaks through, the next spot that it's going to come down and test is this 32K range. And we're just going to keep a look at RSI and a bunch of other things, but it's super important to understand that we bet against the trend and we lose. When you bet with the trend, a majority of the time you win. Now, as far as at some point there will be a reversal, but that's what we have RSI and all of our other indicators for. As far as we're concerned right now, price right here was at what? If you can see, it's like overwhelmingly obvious. 42,500, 40,500, 39,500, 37,500. If it comes down and tests it again, most likely you will see me going 10x short right here at 36,500. Most likely it'll come down here, test this, and this will be the 4th tap. If you notice 4 to 5 taps, we normally break through support. So if it comes to test this down here again, I think it might bounce one more time. And the next time that it comes up and taps this 36K range, I think we are going to see a price of Bitcoin get much lower. The market's super bullish right now if the market does not stay. If price breaks between below 29,000, you know how bearish this market's going to be? People are already bearish. It's already trending down. If we break below 29,000, look out, guys. There's no telling where it could stop at. Rule number 10. No rule in trading crypto will add more value than this one right here. I might even make an entire video on this rule right here. Wait for the trade. Never take the trade. For example, I just showed you guys with shorting Bitcoin right now. And sorry, I got to keep talking about shorting because it's just how the market's trending right now. And I want to show you guys in real time so you guys can actually watch this video and apply these strategies and techniques to make you guys better traders. So shout out to anybody that hits that like button, hits that subscribe button, guys. I got nothing but love for you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. And the fact that everybody thinks I'm so bearish, I'm not bearish, guys. I'm money-ish. The market is money-ish. I just play it accordingly. It doesn't matter if it's an uptrend, downtrend, bull market, bear market. It's a money market for anybody that wants to take advantage of it. And people that don't short, you're just doing yourself a disservice. And if you're not shorting, you might as well just hodl, pack your bags and not even worry about it and just wait. If I was just hodling, I would just come down here and I would, again, wait for the trade you want. Don't just take a trade. If I was hodling, I would come over to the meta method. I would have my DCA target levels set. I would know exactly how much money I needed to spend at each one of these levels. I would go onto an exchange and I would set limit buy orders and I wouldn't even look at crypto. I would come over here on the charts and say, okay, I know that none of these alts can run up if Bitcoin can't break above this trend. So I'd come over here and I would add an alert on TradingView to say right now of 38,500. And I would label them as bull run alerts. Now I have a bull run alert. That way it's going to send that text message to my cell phone every time that alert goes up. But until Bitcoin breaks above this zone, I don't necessarily even need to look at the charts. I could set those crazy low limit buy orders. And I know that as long as Bitcoin is not breaking up and making higher highs, that most likely price is going to continue to the downside. So I could come over here on ETH or any one of these coins and just set these low limit buy orders and start to DCA into these coins. And then once you DCA in, you come over here, say if I wanted to DCA into Cardano, and I think Cardano is a really good one, and say my limit buy order right here for Cardano was $1. I would do the same thing over here on Cardano. I would add an alert and say when price is at maybe my DCA level was 105 for Cardano. So I would put right here. Now, when price breaks below $1.05, I know that my bags of Cardano just got packed. I don't even have to look. I don't have to study the charts. I don't have to wonder what's going on in the crypto universe. I know that with a strategy like this and the meta method being so good and the fact that a coin is 80% off from peak formation, 85, 90, 95, 97% off. I know that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Crypto is not a bubble. We will see prices return to all-time highs, whether that's a year, 2 years, 6 months, or 90 days. We are going to see Cardano break above $2.50 again. I guarantee it. And this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. But to me, in my mindset, I guarantee that I'm going to see a $2.50 Cardano. That being said, when I'm setting limit buy orders at crazy low levels, I don't really care what the market's doing. I'm going to know when we're in a bull run and I don't need to waste time staring at charts. So you guys can see right now, these are my lower limit buy orders for Cardano. If price plummets down and hits these, because it already hit 95 over here, it hit 91 over here, and then over here it hit 97, and then here it hit, I think, $1.05. If it's already hit those targets and Bitcoin's still up here, man, we could easily see these levels hit, especially if Bitcoin breaks below 29K. So I'm not afraid to put my money back into Cardano right now. I just want to make sure when I do that the entry points are correct, and I can trust that this system will make me very profitable profitable. As far as shorting goes, if you're trading the game like we are right now, this is how the game is played. We're leverage trading, we're shorting, we're waiting for the entries to come to us. So when a lot of members were shorting Bitcoin here at 35K because it started to pull back at this level and it started to pull back here. And I tried to explain to them, Bitcoin has came up to test this trend every time it's dropped down. So we would almost guarantee that it was going to come up here and test that trend. And it sure did. And it came up and again, triple topped it, quadruple topped it. Now it's dumping to the downside. Now, is it going to break through this support at 34? I'm not sure, but I'll probably add a little bit more to my short right now just to add some more, but I kind of think it might push up here one more time to this level. So if price comes back up to 36K and this will push up here to the upside, I most likely will add more to my short right here. And why can I add more to my short right here? Because I'm already got in up here. I've already added a little bit more here. So adding a little bit more here, even if price comes up, I'm still going to be ahead. I'm still going to be profitable on that trade and I can just wait. But I think that price might come up and test this area of resistance again and get rejected again. And if it does, I'm going to be ready and waiting with my entry short position. But honestly, the way that this is looking, I'm not sure if Bitcoin's actually going to be able to come up again. So we're going to have to play it by ear. But it's all about waiting for the trades you want. And if I miss a trade and I don't get a short, I understand. It's part of the game. There'll be a million trades to take, guys. So just to wrap that up, guys, there is going to be a million trades for you to take every day. There is 5,000 coins and you could trade on the 1 minute chart. So even if you traded on the 1 minute chart and there was 5,000 coins every minute, there are 5,000 new trades you can take. Why would you ever want to take a trade that's not drastically in your favor? It's so simple. It's almost like a no-brainer to me. You guys got to be willing to wait and then take the trades that you want. That way you just continue to compound that interest. It's not about making $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 off that one trade. It's about making $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 every time you take a trade. And if you can consistently be profitable, it's a no-brainer. So I love you guys. I'm going to show you guys the mathematics behind compounding interest in scalp and leverage trading here in a minute. So I'm going to show you guys about adding 2% to your portfolio per day. What a massive impact that makes over the long period of time, over a longer period of time. So I love you, squad. Thank you guys. Everybody who hits that subscribe button, everybody who hits that like button. I can't thank you guys enough. You have no idea how much it means to me, how much I appreciate every one of you guys. I'm just trying to help you guys all become better traders. And it sucks that we're in this downtrending market and everybody takes it as me being negative or I'm bearish. I'm not bearish, guys. I'm money-ish. So let's get that money, squad. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys in the lives. I just started the Changing the Game crypto podcast for my members. I told you guys when we broke 300 members, I would jump back on the lives. So I'm going to try to go at least for 30 minutes to an hour every morning. The members only chat will be live. And you guys, when you sign up, make sure you guys go into the community tab on YouTube and grab my members only Telegram. It's an invite link only. So make sure you guys come over. That's the only way I can verify that you guys are actually signed up for the channel. So love you guys. Peace.